Take what you're on, doctor.
All right. Hi.
Okay. Hey, friends. We're back after 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I haven't been streaming. I haven't had the need for streaming, so I had no... Well, I was working on interesting projects, but, you know, I had to get the work done without live streaming. But I did post a lot on Instagram, right? Which you should, you know, follow. So this is Dr. Fiya. Mm-hmm. And Dr. Fiya is going to be flipping a guitar, yeah. So I am donating a guitar for a good cause to Dr. Fiya. And she is going to do some work to up the value. And then she is going to sell it. Yeah. And even use this video to document, because this is a live stream, but it's going to be archived, what work had been done to the guitar. Mm-hmm. And I'll be working on the guitar maybe a little bit just to kind of, you know, show you whatever, right? Because you're still in training. But I'll be also working on other guitars as back and forth, right? So we'll both have work to do. So, Doctor, why don't we do an Instagram donation story? How about that?
Okay.
Okay. So you already saw the guitar, but I'm going to donate it to you officially, and we are going to put a link to buy you a coffee. Gotcha. Okay. Which, by the way, there is. Oh, no, I have to fix it. You see, I have to fix that. So it's going to have to say buy Fiya a coffee. Stream settings. Where is that? Edit. Okay, so let me edit that. Here it says buy me a coffee. Yeah, we have to change it. It's got to say buy Fiya a coffee. Sorry about that, doctor. But see, I caught it. So buy Fiya a coffee. Copy. And paste. All right, so anyone watching this can buy Dr. Fiya a coffee. And you will drink it, right, doctor?
I will.
Yeah, she will.
Love coffee.
Yeah, no one's watching yet, but people will join, I'm sure. Okay, so, doctor, let's make a quick video, donation video for Dr. Fiya. Okay. And here, what should we put on this screen? How about this one?
Cool.
So, is my hair okay? So, oh, what's happening? What's that? Yeah, we are live streaming, and during this live stream, I'm going to donate a guitar to Dr. Fiya. Go open the case. All right. So here it is. This is the guitar. It's a vintage guitar, Hondo, 779, 3/4 size. Okay, doctor?
Yeah.
This is your guitar.
Thank you.
All right. And come. And Dr. Fiya is going to flip it. So this means she is going to up the value of the guitar so she can sell it.
It'll be awesome.
And we are live streaming. But check this out. There's a link right there to buy Dr. Fiya a coffee. Yeah, why not? You need coffee. You can be working late on this, right?
You need to stay awake. Yeah.
Talk to you soon. So, it didn't stop recording. Let's make sure the sound recorded. Okay, you check this. I don't hear any sound.
Yeah, me either.
Are you kidding me? Oh, you know why? Oh, we didn't put this mic on.
Oh.
All right, so we need to record it again.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Same thing.
Gotcha.
Okay, amateur hour. Okay, let me delete this one. So, where's the mic? Oh, here. See, I still kept it inside the box. Okay, so I got confused because I got this mic. Oh, you know what? I like this muff. So welcome to the show. Dr. Fiya is going to be flipping a guitar today, and I'll be working on other guitars at the same time, on and off. And that's a guitar that anyone can buy, even you. Oh, look who's here. It's Dr. Slam NR1.
Hi, doctor.
Okay, all right, so let's do this again.
Gotcha.
Sorry about having to redo this. And sorry, dear audience, I haven't had time for live stream lately, live streaming. All right, so should we do the same thing? Okay, huh? Oh, well. Oh, it's confusing. So we are live streaming, and we are about to make a donation to Dr. Fiya. This is Dr. Fiya.
Hi.
She works here, and that's the donation. So she already saw the guitar,
Yeah.
but we want to show you. So this is a vintage guitar. It's a Hondo 779 3/4 size. This is my guitar, or it used to be, and now it's your guitar. And Dr. Fiya is going to be flipping this guitar.
Yeah.
So here, it's on the workbench. So she will be doing some work to it so that she can sell it for more, obviously. That's the whole point. More than it cost you. It cost you zero. It didn't cost me zero, okay?
No.
But this is the guitar, and we're doing a live stream. And buy Fiya coffee. There's a link below, okay?
Ooh.
We almost ran out of the 1 minute thing. Okay, so let's see if everything recorded. And this time we post it. All right, we have 2 people watching. This is going to be interesting today. I'll be working on maybe 1, maybe 2 guitars, and Dr. Fiya is going to be working on 1 guitar. Well, actually, I'll be technically working maybe on 3 guitars because I'll also be working on her guitar. I say her guitar because now it is her guitar. It's a gift. Good to hear it wasn't me missing. You know, you weren't missing us. It was us not coming here. I had a lot of work. I'll explain. Actually, I have some interesting things to tell you, okay, which you want to hear. Okay, so what am I doing? I need to copy and paste the link to buy Fiya coffee. Copy.
All right.
Let's see. So we're going to post this now on my Instagram. And it's here, plus, let me see if the end is okay. Hold on a second. Oh. Yeah, it's even too long. This is good. Done. Thank you for your patience. But we need to do this. This is social media. This is how you do business nowadays. And I got stories to tell you, which I am going to tell you.
Gotcha.
Done. Oh, you wanted rainbow color again?
It could be here.
Yeah. Rainbows. Okay. That's that. So, friends, there's been some developments. First of all, FretLab Pro is officially public well, right now there's a video on the main Guitar Quackery channel, which is the teaser presentation video of FretLab Pro, the software that I'm developing with Dr. Kevin Housen, my friend and collaborator. So check out the video on the main Guitar Quackery channel. It's going to go public tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is New York time. Right now it's in early access, you know, for members who pay the membership so that they get early access. So it's been in early access for a couple of days. Tomorrow will be going public. So let me show you the guitar and I got more stories to tell you. Um, everything posted right?
Yep.
This is the guitar, friends. Okay, it's a vintage guitar made in Korea, not Japan. So Hondo guitars were made in Japan and Korea. So this one was made in Korea. How do I know that? I researched it, so it doesn't say on it, but it was made in Korea. Oh, it's missing a strap button. I can give you that. Let's go over the entire guitar because Dr. Fiya will be selling this guitar. So why are we doing this?
So we can flip it.
Because she's still in training. I am not paying her yet. And I am donating this guitar to her so she can do all the work that it needs. It doesn't need a lot of work, but it'll be, let's say, optimized, okay, for playability and up the value, okay? And then sell it, and that'll be her payment. But we want her to work here and be on the payroll, right? We're just working towards that. So that's what's happening, okay? Now, usually people need this training, you know, so there's various ways of obtaining training. I can't have an apprentice, you know, like in a traditional way. So we're doing it our way, like we always do things our way here, right? So let's look at the guitar. This is it. So it's missing the bridge. It's not missing. It's actually in the case, right? It's just not on because the strings are not holding it. And it's got some dings and scratches because it's an old guitar. Like here, there's a ding. You can see that. Well, it is what it is. So, doctor, when you sell it, when you list it, you got to take pictures of all of these. Okay.
Yep.
So you have never, exactly this also. All right. Because you want to protect yourself against complaints. Okay. And this is the fretboard. So it is a 3/4 length, which is actually fantastic. I mean, I had to think about giving it away to be honest with you. I mean, it's a really cool guitar. It's a really cool guitar. All right. So it has a strap button here. It's missing one here. I'll just give you one.
Okay.
Let's open the drawer. And let's see. I got things here. Maybe here. So those are things salvaged from other. So this is a strap button. You can use this one. Let's see if there's a different style maybe anywhere. So we are also documenting all the work so that a potential buyer can watch this video and also say, wow, you know, yeah. And you know what I'm thinking? Maybe we even do a laser scan of this guitar. It is a 3/4 size. I don't know, maybe we'll do that as well.
Did we do that already?
Did we scan this guitar? We didn't scan this guitar. We never scanned this guitar.
Okay.
Yeah. So look, you have a few strap button styles. Okay, they're not that different. I think this one is.
The shiny one, yeah.
Sorry, which one?
The shinier one, to match that one closer.
No, I don't think so. I think this one is matching closer, right? This one is a little yellow shiny.
Yeah. Okay.
This one, and it's a little beefier. You see how this one is beefier?
True.
Take this one.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, might as well install it. There you go, doctor. So I got stories to tell you. Okay, which I'll get to it as we continue this project. So I might be working on 2 or even 3 other guitars. because this guitar will be on and off the main workbench. Dr. Fiya is going to set up her workbench here. Oh, and by the way, this guitar will be sold with the original hard case. Check this out. So this is also valuable, right? It's the original. Not only that, but the guitar will also be sold with the original paperwork. Check this out. A collector's item, right? If the camera decides to focus, you might even see it. Okay, so maybe if I approach this way. Oh, come on. Okay, there you go. So this is the original paperwork that was inside of the case. I am not going to read it. So it's already been folded. So let's just fold it. Okay. And here is the bridge. All right, so put the paperwork here. So this is the bridge. So I'm going to show you, Doctor, how I clean these. So we want to keep a little bit of the patina on the bridge.
Why is that? Why is
well,
that?
because it's vintage, you know, so it's got, you know, so we don't want to like really clean everything. So I'll just do it quickly. There's not enough work for me to do half of it and then you the other half. Yeah. I'll just be done with it. So just with this brush, a little bit like that. And I should have actually dusted it off first. But I think we want to keep some of this patina like this, okay? Mm-hmm. People like that, right? So people like relics, etc. I might, hold on. I cannot take this call. Just a second. Live streaming. Okay, thank you. Where was I? Sorry, I can't talk right now. Check the text message. I'm live streaming. All right, sorry about that. Oh, huh? Ringing at the door? Okay, stay here. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? I don't know. It could be the wind, right? Oh, you heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're here. I don't know. Just a moment. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Okay. Okay, we're done with this. So we Yeah. So why don't you open the truss rod cover, just to first inspect the truss rod. I think I did that when I first got the guitar. Just call it naturally relict. Yes, it's naturally relict. That's the only way that it should ever be relict. I really am not a fan of the fake relics. You know, I think it's the people that want to go upstairs. I just don't know how they would have gotten in. I don't think there was anyone here. But you heard
Is that the doorbell sound?
Oh, no. I know what that is. Okay, well, we don't need to worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, no one's in front of the door.
Gotcha.
Okay. But I see on the cameras a whole bunch of people trying to get inside upstairs. You know, so there's a business upstairs that it's a dance studio or something, okay. And a lot of people will try to get in, and they can't get in, and it's none of our business. It's not our business. Okay. So this is probably going to be a 4 millimeter. Hold on a second. 4 millimeter. Let's focus this. It might be a 5 millimeter. Oh, I think it might be a 5 actually. Let me see. 4. I'm going to say 4. Let me see. Whole bunch of these wrenches. I need to reorganize this. So I also keep some here. So this is a 5 millimeter. I don't think it's a 5. Let me see. No. So this is I have a 4 here as well, but I need a shorter one for this. We need a shorter one for this. No, that's a 5. What am I doing? That's a 5, yeah. That's a 4. No, that doesn't work. It looks like it should be a 5. Oh, it is a 5. Look at that. So I was right. I was right, and then I was wrong, and then I'm right again. So, yeah. Okay, so we have a 5 mil. Now, what we want to do first, we want to check to make sure the truss rod adjustment works, okay? And we'll take this straight edge, and first, okay, so always be careful with this, doctor. These things can ding the guitar, right? So check the bow of the neck. So without feeler gauges, what you want to do is, let me show you. So you want to put it in the middle, and so there's a little rocking, but this could be a hump right here. It looks like there's a little fall away here, which means there might be a little hump here. So here is the high spot. So now between the first fret and this, we want to hold it down here and see if it's flexing in the middle. It is, you see? So I'm going to say that this neck is going down and resolves here, and then there's a fall away, right? So it's not really a hump. There's just a fall away, I think. We'll know for sure if we scan it. I'm not sure if we want to scan it or not. What do you think, doctor?
I thought we did the last time we were here.
You think we scanned this one? I don't have a scan of this one. Okay, so now we want to measure what that relief is, okay? We'll just measure it for now in the middle. Three, 4 1/1000ths doesn't fit, okay? So around here, 3 fits, you see?
Yeah.
Oh, here, there could be more relief here. Let me see. Yeah, you see? More relief here. So I do want to scan it,
Okay.
and I'll tell you why. First of all, I want to help you out. I want to up the value of this if there's an archival scan, okay? Because, yeah, I want to help you out. And the second thing is for research and development purposes of FretLab Pro, and you'll get to see a little bit of it now during the live stream. So this is the scanner. Now, I think we want to spray the fingerboard a little bit. Let's leave it the way it is. So it's got a little relief, not too much. It'll be fine the way it is. But for scanning, we want to, so we're going to lay it flat, and we want to put the bridge here, because in the software, we can generate a set of strings and see how the guitar performs, right? And we want to make sure the bridge is at roughly the right height. So this is roughly okay. You know, it shows what a relief would be roughly if the strings were pulling it. So we just leave it as is. And then we place this on top of one of the string slots. And now we see that it's too low. So we want to raise this bridge. So I use this for these adjustments. So we raise it up a little bit. Doctor, you might want to put your finger here so it doesn't, when I'm turning, so it doesn't, yeah, move. So let's see the treble side. I'm just going to eyeball it. Or maybe I'll take a measurement. Put it there on top. Yeah. It's still a little, maybe a little too low. So that's a straight edge. Obviously, it's kind of like a string. Yeah, that's about right. And I think this on the bass side is probably still going to be too low for now. Yeah, so we raise this one. And I would like you to learn FretLab Pro, because if you're going to be working here, you'll be using it. Okay, it's about right. It's roughly about right, okay? Good enough. Good enough for this first scan. Now, the fingerboard is kind of dark. We could spray it, or we could try without spraying. Spray is expensive. Also, I don't like the way it smells, and I think maybe it's not too healthy to inhale the fumes, so I like to avoid it. And here we have these rails. So we'll put one of them kind of here, and the other one kind of here, okay? And we need to jack them up a little bit with something. We just improvise for now. We could put the whole thing on the neck jig, but let's not. Let's keep it simple for today. So jack it up with maybe this on this side. Honestly, even one rail is fine, is enough, but I'll just put another one right here. That's it. That's good enough. How about this? Anything. Okay. It just shouldn't move during the live or during the scanning. And now we have these little dots. Mm-hmm. So I actually sometimes take the time to put dots over these dots.
Why is that?
because these mother pearl dots actually reflect the laser light in a certain way that isn't favorable in our case. Yeah, so it just takes a minute to cover all of them, and then, so these are tracking markers. So this is what the laser scanner uses to track its position in space in the 3D coordinate system, X, Y, and Z. So in the FretLab Pro software, the X axis is up and down the neck, X like this, Y is across the neck, and Z is up and down, X, Y, Z. And now here, doctor, you can just place, I like to use the smaller ones as much as I can, anywhere like this, on the guitar. You can put some on the pickup cover, no problem. Let's say we'll be deleting all that anyway. We'll just keep the just the neck and the bridge we keep, right? Like that. You can put some, how about the big one here? Yeah, there you go. Have fun. Okay. You can put some on top of these so that they're at different heights, okay? So while Dr. Fiya is doing that, I can start prepping for the 3D scan. All right, so FretLab Pro version 1.7.1 already exists, but it's not on my machine. Dr. Kevin Hausen, my collaborator, already has it, right? He hasn't uploaded it in the Dropbox yet, so I don't have it. But he has it. So the one that I have it is 1.7.0. But the truth is that 1.7.1 has some amazing features that 1.7.0, which is the latest one that I have, doesn't have yet. All right, so that sucks for me. Yeah, you don't need that many. And let me pinch a couple of these. Just going to put a couple of these on the side of the nut, like this. Okay, cool. All right. So during the live stream, whenever I connect the laser scanner, because I'm using, this is called a bridge, Wi-Fi bridge or something. That's what I call it. I actually need to disconnect my computer from the internet. But the switcher is going to continue streaming. So I will lose all of your comments and the statistics. I will not see how many of you are watching, even when I reconnect back. So that's a bummer, but that's how it is. All right? But you will continue, you'll be able to continue watching. So here, doctor, here there's going to be a hazardous situation here that I'm going to create because we want to show to the viewers what we're doing. I always put this camera here. I'm going to have to buy another camera that actually goes on this wall. But here we want to adjust it so that they can see what we are doing. And this is fine this way. Is it in autofocus? Okay, now it's in autofocus. So, doctor, let's agree. You just stay on that side. I'll be switching sides, but just stay on that side so that the camera doesn't fall, right? Because the cable is here. All right, what's next? Okay, we turn on the scanner. And I am going to now disconnect the computer from the Wi-Fi. Stay over there, they can't see you. Yeah, right there. All right, and then we are going to be scanning together, and I'll show you. So let me just first double check that you did everything here the way it should be. Yeah, we don't need all this here because we are not going to be scanning the whole body. So some behind the bridge we want to have. So transfer. How about this? Transfer these to anywhere here between the neck and you can put some here as well. All right. Okay. So, all right. So we are going to connect now the scanner, which is what I'm doing now. 779 3/4. Okay. Hondo. Okay. So now the computer is offline, but you are still seeing us. And this means, okay. Like that. And I'm going to launch the software. So the scanner that we are using is the Creality Raptor Pro. So there's a Raptor and there's a Raptor Pro. Two different scanners. And there's a Raptor X. I have the Pro. So the X is more expensive than the Pro, but the Pro is actually better for our purposes. I researched this, and that's how it is. So that was fortunate, so I didn't have to spend more money. I bought the one that's a little bit cheaper, the one in between, which is actually better for this, for what we're doing. Guitar Quackery. So this is a Hondo, right? Hondo. What is it? 779?
Yes. 779 3/4.
Yeah. I'll just put 779. Okay. And here we have this. So I'm going to put this on this monitor there that we see. So let me adjust it. Okay. And now I throw this onto that monitor, and we bring the mouse here. And doctor, you'll be doing some scanning now. First time?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you watched me scan before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we want to be able to switch. Hold on a second. What are we there? Okay. I'm getting confused. Too many things to think about. Let's put this here. Okay, kids. I'll show you what we have here on the monitor. So this is the scanner. That's the monitor. That's my switcher. That's the guitar. And now I'm going to click scan. And that's it. So we'll put these away. And this is what you see. So doctor, here on the monitor, you see here where it says best?
Yeah.
That's the best distance from the object you're scanning, right? So if you go too close, so this is very dark, so we need to up the exposure a little bit there. And brightness maybe. Okay, so you see this now. Okay. So here it says best. That's this. Too far over there, that's this part here that we're scanning. You see? So it's also going to scan the workbench, right? And you want to scan from the side. You don't want to scan from the top, so the frets too much, because this way you generate a little more noise. So just from an angle like this, okay? So go ahead, hold it. And there's a trigger button here. So now you're too close, you see? So you gotta, yeah, that's it, right? Start scanning. You push the trigger. That's it. So now you're scanning, right? And now you want to move it, and you want to go like this. So at first, see, you're too close now. So you got to pull it back a little bit. Yeah. When it turns green, you'll have a complete scan, right? And I'll show them the monitor, what's happening on the actual screen. And here you're scanning the guitar. We're not too concerned about scanning the actual guitar, right? We want to scan the bridge, the fingerboard with all the frets, and the nut. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, right? Not rocket science, but speaking of rocket science, the person that's working on the FretLab Pro software is a rocket scientist. Right, you know that, right?
Science, yeah.
He's actually a scientist. He's an astronomer, Dr. Kevin Hausen. Okay? And this is a view from above. So look, doctor. So you can also do this. You can also go from here. And now you are kind of scanning. So don't ever put your hand in front, right? Because it's going to scan your hand. You're kind of scanning this part of the frets and the nut, right? You want to spend a little time on the nut. And you want to go from this side, and you want to scan the frets from this side, so it gets both sides of the fret crowns, right? You can take over. Okay. All right, so keep scanning. Now, I'm confident that the fretboard is actually pretty good already, right? So now go slowly over the guitar. You can go a little faster than that. And you can start scanning the bridge. Now, if it scans part of the guitar or not is irrelevant. We are going to be deleting most of it, right? So we want to scan the part of the bridge that's important are the saddles, right? And as you can see, some of the saddles are already turning green. The pickup is also turning green, but we are going to actually delete it from the scan. And you can also do this. Look, I'll take over just for a second. You can flip it all the way like this and hold it upside down and go over there where the bridge is. See? That's fine. And you can also scan this side of the fingerboard to get a little bit of, so this guitar doesn't have binding, but where the binding would be, you see? You can do that. So the scanner doesn't care if it's upside down. It's still within the same, so it's tracking the same tracking markers, and it's fine, right? So it looks upside down on the screen. And you see that marker in the middle of the screen? Looks kind of like off. Yeah. I don't know how that works, but everything works out at the end. And what just happened? We just lost a little bit. It was a glitch. And here you want to scan the bridge, so spending a little time on the bridge, maybe a little bit from that side. And here you see the saddles, they're all green. So now that we're spending a little time there, it seems like it's capturing more of the guitar. Like that. So I'm confident that we have a good scan already. So was this fun? Yeah. Yeah. So seems like on the fretboard itself, between the nut, the first fret, and the first and second fret, there's like an area there that's a little darker. But now I think we have a complete scan. So what we do now is we push the trigger again, and that stopped it, right? So here I have the mouse here. We can zoom in and just inspect it. And I feel that this is good to go. Okay, so doctor, you can take the mouse and click on this button. And now click on yes. And now it's going to convert this raw scan into a point cloud. So this is a cloud with points, okay? And now you can zoom in by scrolling, not scrolling, but on the mouse, hold on a second, like this, you see? Yeah, you can zoom in, and you can also inspect it. You can click on it and rotate it. That's it, you see? And we are going to be deleting everything that we do not need. Okay, so now I'll be doing that over there. So looks cool, right? All right. So let me do that. So I'll take the mouse and go over here. And we no longer need the camera here, so I want to put it here where it's safe. And we'll go through the entire process. The scanner is here, and now I can, okay, hold on. I can show the screen, and here it is. All right, so this is what we see. And I can start deleting. So I'm going to start deleting what we don't need, just like that. So first it turns red. You see that, doctor? Okay. I can even put it like this and just zoom out a little bit and just capture everything that's below this plane. And it should capture both sides of that guitar. Everything is red now. Now we have that rail with the tracking markers next to the neck. So we start here. We go around it. Oh, not the bridge. So something like this. And the pickup and this part and this part. Okay. We have there the nut. Oh, we have a cloud here that we need to delete. Let me zoom in. So obviously we want to keep the nut. So from here, hold on, from here, all this hardware on the headstock. And here. Oops, I went too far, maybe. Not really. Let's zoom out. So this we can just delete like this, okay? So what I want to do is, so let's reset it, reset the view. And we have a cloud over there. We have something behind the bridge that we want to eliminate. This reduces the file size and also cleans up because we don't need any of that. Does this guitar have a serial number? It should, right?
Yeah, there was like a little sticker on the back.
Oh, the sticker on the back, yeah. That's almost good. Oh, sometimes it's hard to rotate in 3D space. And sometimes I wish we didn't have to delete because it looks so neat, but you know, this is not a toy. It's serious guitar business. Like that. Delete. Boom. And now we need to look at that bridge. So this should be pretty easy. I can just go like this and delete everything that's under that bridge. Let's see what happens. Delete. And what do we have here? We can still delete some parts of this bridge. Or we can just leave it as it is. Yeah, let's just leave it like this. Okay. All right. So now I want to grab this and have a look here, and I want to connect back to the internet, the computer back to the internet, and we can turn off the scanner. Once again, this is the Creality Pro, Creality Raptor Pro high resolution 3D scanner. We were maybe a little bit rushed like this, so I'm not sure if we got the best scan or not. It'll work. Yeah. Here, doctor, come here. And now, well, actually, I should put it back on the screen so they can see it, so they can see what we're doing. Sorry about that. Let's position it properly again. You know what? Sorry. Let's just do it here. So here on this, when you hover over this, you see ultra detail. You check this box, and here you up the resolution by going this way. So the lower the number,
The higher the resolution.
the higher the resolution. And here, after you do this, you click this, and now it's processing. Okay, so while it's processing, we can clean up our work area. So we can break down this, and don't forget, we do have a few markers here as well, and here, right, like that. That's it. Now, because we don't want to bang up the guitar, let's remove this bridge. Let's put it right here. And now you can actually start doing the fretwork. No, hold on. Let me think for a second. No, because we did the 3D scanning, we are going to analyze it in the software, right? That was the whole point. But we're going to have to take a little bit of a shortcut on the service, I think. Yeah. Optimizing, 83%. Okay, so now we're back online. Let me see if we can see the comments or not. I am not sure. I don't think we'll see the chat. Where's my phone? So I can see the chat messages if I log on to the YouTube on my phone. Let me see. Are there any comments that we need to address? Let me see. This is it. No new comments. Okay. No problem. I don't know if anyone's watching. Because you see now it's not showing anymore. Okay. So it's still optimizing. It's still at 83%. Sometimes this software crashes. Well, what can I do? And now we can put our screen back there. So we can see what we're doing. Just like that. Okay, I have a feeling it's going to crash because now it's stuck at 83%. Okay, but no problem. Okay. What we want to do now is maybe let's just examine, while it's doing its thing, let's just examine the nut. Here we have this. Okay, doctor, it's all yours. You can examine the nut. What do you see? And you can zoom in. Well, for now, we just want to see if there are any fractures or anything, because we don't have the strings on. We kind of want to see how it's shaped. So there seems to be a little fracture there. Again, we're doing this for full disclosure because you're going to be selling this guitar.
Yes,
There seems to be a little fracture at the back. It is what it is. It's not going to fall apart.
Okay.
It's a vintage guitar. So there's a fracture right there at the back. And there's a fracture right there at the back.
Yeah.
And then there's a little piece missing right there. And there's a little piece missing right here. Okay, so we've just documented this. And it's still stuck at 83%. Doctor, I have a feeling this is going to crash on us.
Really?
Which
Will it
means,
save?
huh? No, it'll save.
Okay.
It's just going to have to be restarted. And okay, so that's fine. Now, I already did a long time ago some fret dressing on the sides. Okay, so yeah, so I already did that. So you don't need to do this. Okay. Did I show you this tape? How you can rip it this way, down the middle? So this tape rips down the middle like that very easily. And I always use one piece to rip it like this. Let me show you. Let me show you. To put it here. So to protect the nut. Because you'll be doing fret work. So I like to double it up. And since this particular tape seems to be rippable. Is that even a word? Rippable?
It should be if it's not.
Okay. Like that. Okay. And you have a 5mm wrench. And we are not going to do a full level crown and polish. What you want to do is you want to identify any uneven frets with a rocker. Although, you know, we just want to keep going. Oh, you see, it's crashing. But we are going to open it in FretLab Pro, and it'll show us uneven frets there. There's an uneven fret?
Yes.
Okay, so you need the fret.
On the base side.
Right. You need the kisser, right? So you can start doing that, and I will restart the software. And the software I'm restarting isn't FretLab Pro. It is Creality. The Creality software. So, because you have a radius fingerboard, how should I explain this? I'll explain it with this straight edge. Okay, let me explain something. And that's an explanation for you and for our audience as well. Okay, so here. This is the straight edge. Just give me a little space, yeah.
Yep.
You see, now it's, you know, it's crossing a few frets. It's flat across the frets. But what happens if I go like this? See, now it's rocking, right? Well, that's because these frets are radiused like this, right? They're radiused. So this part of this part of this fret is lower than this part of this fret. And this part of this fret is lower than this part of this fret. And these two parts are lower in elevation than the frets in the middle. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So when I go like this, it's rocking. So the fret kisser has an abrasive here, which isn't exactly at the same level as the two sides. It can't possibly be, right? Because the abrasive is not a flat surface. Mm-hmm. So you can't make it the same level. Which means that if you hold this parallel to the side of the fretboard, this is actually at a slightly higher level. So you actually need to turn it this way, the way that I was explaining this, right? So that you can hit the middle fret at the same level as these two. Okay. Because this is slightly higher than the two sides. And again, the only reason it's higher is because you can't make it at the same level. Because if you enlarge this, look at it through the microscope, it's a bunch of grains, right? So first you want to finish it off like this, but you want to be a little bit at an angle, you see, like this and like that. And then you want to just keep checking. Where's the fret kisser? Rocker. And you see there's a little bit left, so you just go again like this and like this, you see? Mm-hmm. But it's critical that you do slightly diagonal. Okay? And then you just check again. So I still feel just a little bit here. So you can do that now, right? Mm-hmm. In the meantime, I'm going to render the project. And I'm using what they call ultra fine details in the option in the software. And that's why I didn't want to do it on the screen, because sometimes it takes long and it's not very interesting. So here it is. It says it's optimizing 17%, 19%, 20%. Okay. Right? Now, we are not doing a level crown and polish. This guitar doesn't really need it from my visual assessment. We'll see what FretLab Pro tells us. But we're doing what I call here premium fret dressing. But to be perfectly honest with you, it is a service that some other shop might call level crown polish, depending on their level of service and their standards. So what I call a level crown and polish at this shop is when I put the guitar on the neck jig, which I'm keeping outside right now, and do the whole service of adjusting the neck and leveling the entire fretboard with a leveling beam that's from the first fret to the last fret all at once, etc. So this guitar doesn't need that. It was quite playable even when I got it, but we are still improving imperfections. We're optimizing it because we want to up the value. So you heard the ding, yeah? Mm-hmm. So this is now a point cloud that's fully rendered. It looks good, right? And now I'm going to render a mesh. And meshes take only a few seconds to render. And then I'm going to, see, done. And then I'm going to export and give it a name. GQ, that means Guitar Quackery, Hondo. What is it, 779? Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a mesh. And now comes the exciting part. Oh, it went to the wrong folder. because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, now it's in the right folder. Is it? Okay. So now, friends, the time has come. So I'm going to quit this software. And I'm going to launch FretLab Pro 1.7.0. Okay. And I will let you see it. I will throw it on the screen while Dr. Fiya is doing fret optimization. And that's just the beginning. Okay, let me open the file and I'll throw it on the screen. Okay, so now I'm putting it on the screen. Let me expand it. And here you can see it. Okay, that's FretLab Pro. This is the 3D scan. And as you can see, the colors are going sideways, etc. So blue is low in elevation. So it's kind of oriented this way. So now we want to register it. But before we do that, we need to pick here that it is an electric guitar and that it's right-handed. Okay. We can give it a name, etc. Or we can go back. And I'm going to say technician is Dr. Fiya. And here, instrument Hondo. And it's a 779 3/4 size. Okay. For now, I'm going to leave everything else as it is. I'm just going to go back to it later. So now we want to register it. So here, it's still not in the right orientation. So we just click Auto Register, and we let it do its thing. And boom, it's registered. Now, check this out. We can turn off the grid lines. This is it. And we can zoom in a little bit here if we want to. I'm not going to do it now. But I feel that this is show grid lines here. Yeah, in the 2D plot, it looks fine. Okay, so it auto registers very quickly. Okay, now here we go to the inspector. And the inspector is used to inspect our registration and everything. So this is the first fret. We can move this a little bit. So right here, it finds the highest spot on the fret, but we want to move it there. And here you can see that it thinks that the equal temperament fret position should be here, but this is wrong. Again, you know, it can't do everything automatically. We don't expect it to. We go to the second fret, third fret, and we can move the center line of the fret if we feel that it's not really where it's supposed to be. We can nudge it a little bit. So now it's snapping. The snapping is on. So we want to turn the snapping off so that I can nudge it close to the equal temperament without snapping. And we go here. Maybe we want to move it a little bit. So yeah, it's going to be impossible for any app to do everything automatically, right? So here, like that, but it's a fantastic app. No other app like it exists. And I'm using it here, and people are, oh, you see this one is not exactly where it's supposed to be. So the middle is more like here. This is it. Maybe this one. I just nudge it a little bit. So this is one of the improvements that we implemented recently, what I'm doing now. This did not exist in some previous versions. It would always, in the past, it would always find the highest spot on the frets, but that's not necessarily always correct. I need to move this line up a little bit. And we have one last one. That's it, okay? So next we go to strings. And here we can generate some strings. Now, here is where I just found a small minor bug in the software just yesterday. So the bug appeared in this latest version of the software. So sometimes when you update the software with other functionalities, it causes a bug in something that already worked fine. So I reported the bug to Dr. Kevin, and he is going to take care of it. I'll show you what the bug is. It's a really minor bug, but we know it's there. Okay. So here you can see that you have like a cross section right there of the nut, but we can zoom into it. So the software knows exactly where the nut is, which is why you could just click this button and it is going to show you the nut right there. Now we want to adjust the color scale a little bit. So let's open this histogram and make an adjustment like this. This is better, okay? And we can zoom in on the nut. And you see that we are at the back of the nut, like in the middle now. It didn't find the exact front of the nut. So here we are going to make a micro adjustment to put it there. And now if I had measured the total spacing at the saddle, I could just choose it here. And you know what? There's no reason why not to do it. So let's measure that. Let's take a measurement. I can even measure the nut, but now it's covered with tape. So I forgot to take that measurement. Zero. Okay, so from string to string, it's going to be roughly 1.976 inches, which is 1 and 63/64, whatever. Let me see. So we don't have that exact number there. I'm gonna choose either a close value or custom. How about that? And here, what did we say? 1.976, right? 1.976, like that. Now I didn't measure the nut, so we're just going to put tens on this and generate the strings. And boom, the strings have been generated. So now to place the strings precisely into the nut, so you see the bug is this, that thing disappeared, the slice. So I am going to now move the strings roughly inside of the nut slots. Like that. So it's a fairly minor bug. That blue slice disappears in the 3D view. And now check this out. This button here says go to saddle. So let's click it. Boom. And now we are at the saddle. And again, we can adjust that slice to actually cut a saddle. So first we're going to cut the east saddle right there. See it right there? And now we move the string into that saddle. And the bug makes that thing disappear, you see? So now we need to, let me undo this and redo it. Now we need to move it. And now it's exposing the D saddle. And the B is right around there. I can do better. And let's move it. Here we have the G saddle. So the string goes there. The string, the A. Okay, and there. So there is actually a more precise way of doing this, but I'm not showing it today. I want to leave some information for an upcoming video. And now we want to move these a little bit closer to the saddles. So large, and we move it like that. This might change in a future update, how this is done. But for now, it's like this. So we want these ball ends to be close to the saddles because of one of the very interesting functionalities of the software which we are about to look at. And as with any computer project, so this is, I could do better, like closer to the edge of the saddle. And I'm only using this large. I can tweak it by doing medium, etc. I'm not going to obsess over it too much. Okay, and as with any other project, we want to save it and give it a name. So, Guitar Quackery, Hondo 779, and the version of the software 1.7.0. This is how I want to save it. It goes into the Fret Lab, boom, folder. Okay, so now it's saved. Okay, so that's that. We can reset this view. This is how it is. Okay, and now we go to the analyzer. And in the analyzer, we can analyze it. That's why we call it the analyzer. So here we can go from fret to fret. We see the distance of the strings, and we see each cross-section of every one of the frets. But I'm not too interested in that. Here. This is the slice. So here we're going to enter some value, -10. So if I put these show grid lines, so it's going to be around 460-ish or so. 460. Boom. How about 470? Boom, that's better. And then let's put -2, and let's put 2. we could do that, and now we can store this. So now we can reset it, and we can recall. Boom. And when we go to these slices down the string paths, we see if this looks good. So that's the E string. The high E looks good. And then maybe the G. Okay. So the G looks higher, right? That's because we have a curved fretboard, right? It's radiused. Now, the tap test is not going to be too accurate because we didn't use the more accurate placement of the strings in the nut, which again, I'm not showing here because I'm saving something for the presentation video, which is going to be published soon on the main channel. And let's check the neck twist. Okay, let's reset the view here. Oh. So there is a little bit of a neck twist, which is showing here. We can move this box out of the way so it's not covering anything. Yeah. So this is something that I want to explain more maybe in the video that I'm going to publish on the main channel, but this red line is, as you can see here, it says this is the low E string, right? And this purple line is the high E string. So they should be aligned from top to bottom, and they're not. So this actually is showing you this fretboard if you look at it from the side and then you blow it up in the Z direction, Z axis. And these are the fret tops. So there's some uneven frets, right? And then we have the fretboard profile that's down the middle of the neck, the board itself, and the positions of the frets. So it goes a little bit up and down. And again, it looks like a big roller coaster, but that's because it's actually enlarged, stretched in this direction, right? So that we can see it better. Okay, I want to check on Dr. Fiya here. So, doctor, where are we at?
We're getting there.
Getting there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember, we are also going to use, just like you did on the other two guitars, right? We are going to use this, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to crank up this before we use that, right? So this is it, just taking off the main amount of material, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we can go back to the Fret Lab analytics. Now, have you been able to watch this? Oh, you know what? I can put it on your screen right there, so you can see it. Oh, sorry, you missed the whole thing.
I caught some of it.
You caught some of it in the little monitor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have a multi-view here, and now I put it big, like this. Hold on. So Dr. Fiya can see what we're talking about. So right now, yeah. So right now she can see herself because I'm using this to adjust the camera. So this is what she can see now, right? Look at that. I love it. Yeah, but I was showing her this so she can see this, because otherwise we are always looking at a multi-view, and you can see that screen that I was showing here. So she was looking at it here, all right? But I want her to have the experience, okay? Because obviously she's also part of the team now, and she is going to be using this amazing software, right, Doctor?
Yeah, Doctor.
No one else in the world is using it yet. What the future holds, we don't know. I actually want to make it available for the good people out there, but it's not there yet. Okay, so what am I doing? Okay, let's go back to FretLab Pro. So we have this. now here we have a simulator. So you can see here, by default, it pushes the first string against the 12th fret. And here, this is the string bender, so we can bend the string. And we can see that it's not fretting out. We can see that in the plot, here in the 2D plot, right there. So there's still a little distance between the string and the top of the 13th fret right there. Now you might be wondering, why is the string crooked? Well, it's not, but you can see that the fret tops, which is the red line, represents the fret tops, is completely flat. But we know that we have some uneven frets. So it flattens the fret tops, and then it has to show the distance between the bottom of the string and the fret top. So that makes the string appear to be crooked. So we can change the fret, let's say the 14th fret. So now we start from scratch, and we simulate the string bending, and it's not fretting out. But I want to see what happens if we bend it around the 9th fret, because remember, we have that hump somewhere over here, right? Okay. So let's do some bending here. It's still not fretting out. That's fine. Right? So we can change the string. Now it's the B string. So now the B string, you can bend it in this direction, or you can bend in this direction. Amazing, right? And here's the buzz detector. So that's the vibrating string. This is the high E string. You can see an arrow right there on the string, right there. Right? It's vibrating in this direction. So we are currently working on the buzz detector. And I have here a piece of gear that I'm building. So this is going to be the buzz detector rig. And this is the neck for the rig, with adjustable height frets. But I just discovered, actually, I knew about this for a few months and I forgot about it, but there's this company, Shark Guitars in Turkey. They make necks with adjustable height frets. So maybe I should acquire one of those guitars instead of building this rig. They're like $4,000, $5,000. So maybe we can collaborate. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go back to this. So no buzzing detected. We can zoom in. No, but what about if we fret it down to, let's say, the 3rd fret or the 4th fret? Okay, so we can do that. Or we can just move 1 fret at a time. Okay, no buzzing. And we can change the string, B string. Okay, so now this is all I'm going to show you now, because I want you to watch the video, the upcoming video. All right, so enough with FretLab now. Let me just remove it from this screen, and let me save the work, and I can quit it. I can quit the app. Sorry. Watch the show, the upcoming show. All right. So, Doctor, where are we?
We're on this.
Okay, so let's go back to this business. So, we're not going to be like really using FretLab to do the work here for a number of reasons. Yeah, one reason is I'm doing this now publicly, right? And we want to not show all the information all at once, right?
Gotcha.
So sorry, guys, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Let's see if there are any comments. I wouldn't be able to see them here, so let me see if there are any questions. Oh, Dr. Slam just got a T-shirt. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. I appreciate it. So it's going to be a T-shirt like this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Those are, if you got the high quality one, those are really high quality. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We appreciate it. And yeah. Okay. So, Doctor, let me take over here a little bit.
Okay.
So, I know we already talked about this, but I'm going to remind you because I know that there's a lot to always remember, right? So let me have a straight edge here, like this one. So we want to use the fret kisser just to remove a little bit of material, and then in all honesty, once you're past this, when the frets are really close, this is just so much more effective. You do all of them at once, and you know it's fine, right? You don't want to scratch this. So why don't we tape it up a little bit? Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to adjust this truss rod so that we don't have this relief. You see this relief?
Yeah.
So we want to tighten or loosen?
Tighten.
Exactly, which is in this direction. But it feels tight, so we want to first loosen it and then tighten it a bit. So this truss rod hasn't been adjusted in decades, I guess. Okay, I honestly can't remember if I checked it or not, but that's why it was, you know, stuck, and now it started to move, right? So we want to have a little back bow. It's quite tight. Okay, full disclosure here. I want to know if there's any space to lubricate it. I doubt it. It's not that type of truss rod. Okay, so this is a little bit of a concern. I don't know if this is probably a one-way truss rod, which means we should probably be able to remove this truss rod nut. And it's a 5 mil, which means it's very close to 3/16, which is the fender size. 3/16 should be a little bit smaller, I think, yeah. See? Which means once we get it loose, we might just use this, once it's loose, not now, to just unscrew it completely, right? So let me loosen it, okay? So loosen. Because if we can remove it, see, now it's getting loose. If we can remove it, then we can lubricate it. And that would be a really good thing. Yeah, it's completely loose. So now that it's completely loose, now we can use this because we're not applying too much pressure on the side walls of the hexagonal socket. But it's just easier to turn this, right? There you go. Okay. So now we want to examine it first. And we have all the equipment, doctor. You know, one of my clients, once he came here and he sees like the laser scanning, the microscope. And he's a repeat client, right? I've worked on a bunch of guitars for him. He says, you know what? Whenever I come here, it's like Mount Sinai, you know, medical center.
It looks like it.
Yeah. So, all right. So check this out, doctor. The good news is all the threads are good and there's no debris there. Now there's a little lubricant there. See? This looks like a lubricant. And in fact, it looks like the kind of lubricant I would have used. So I think I did probably lubricate it. What is this? Yeah. I think it's my lubricant. And it's still tight. Oh, you see this thing? Mm-hmm. So these are small metal particles, which we don't want to have there. So let's clean it up a little bit. Like that. And I'm just trying to get counterclockwise. And you see how it's removing the lubricant. And just a few little metal particles along with it, okay? And now we want to take this and maybe just a little bit. Well, let me think. I wonder if we need to make a space. I don't have a spacer for this size. Hold on, doctor. It's making me a little nervous, to be honest with you, that, hold on, where do I have? Oh, here. That it's quite tight. So I make these spacers, but these are for a different size truss rod. Just to give it a little shoulder. Mm. But you can see that this, so that the outside diameter is good, the inside diameter is not. So we need to enlarge the hole to make it fit. Or maybe this one will fit. Hold on a second. I already have them in different sizes. That's not the right size. So here I have some more sizes. So this one, again, the outside diameter seems to be maybe about right. Let me see. Yeah, that's going to be right for the outside diameter. But the inside diameter, I don't think so. In fact, I know it's not. So where's that? Here. So the way we lubricate it is we just put a little bit like this. Maybe go a little bit inside like this against the inner walls, and we're done. It's going to spread it once it turns, okay? But what I want to do is I'd like to enlarge the hole of this spacer. So that's a 5mm socket wrench, hexagonal. Is this an M5? So this is metric, right? Screw thread? I'm not sure. We want to take a quick measurement. You know how these work? So you close it and you zero it, right? To make sure it's 0. And now you go to millimeters here. Millimeters, right? And let's just kind of measure the inside. So I'm not measuring the tips, the tops of the threads. I'm trying to measure the bottoms of the threads. I don't know if I'm making sense to you or not. So it says I'm going to enlarge it a little bit, 5.67 millimeters. So now we lock it here. And now let's go to inches. So it's 0.223 inches. And now we have these drill bits. You gotta go?
No, my sister's calling me.
You can answer if you want. If you need to take the microphone off to have privacy, you can do that. Okay. Let's see. What did I measure in inches? 223. 221. Okay. So I have all these drill bits, right? So this is 221, 228. So we might want to go all the way to here, but we need to start with one that's almost the size of this. And just move it one by one. Okay. That's the size of it. Okay. Now this one, we need to grab this. We'll put it in the mini vise. Okay. So let's put the guitar here. And I have a little bit of a clutter situation here. I'm drowning in stuff, objects, tools, and jigs and rigs. Okay. So, where were we? Let's see if we can do this. This isn't ideal. The best thing would be to do it on the lathe, which I do have at the other location, but not here. So now we need to use what we have here. Okay? And oh, you know what we can do? We can use first a countersink to make more like a countersink, like a little funnel. And now we drive this through, but first we're going to do it in reverse and then forward. Okay, let me get my switcher. Okay. Okay, it's connecting to the switcher. Now we're here. Okay, like I said, in reverse first, and now forward. Okay? And we need to continue this one size at a time. So those are fractional sizes, which means we're not removing too much material at once. Okay. Which means we should be able to do this even if we don't have a lathe here. So as you can see, I go counterclockwise just to get it seated, and then clockwise. It's spinning the whole part. Okay. And now I'm going to use the countersink again. It's easier for the drill bit to start if it's countersunk. So Dr. Fiya is missing out. I think I have a mosquito here, but I do have a deadly weapon right here. All right. We do have a mosquito problem here in the summer. I don't know why. Okay, let's continue. So the reason why I go back and forth, counterclockwise and clockwise, is because this isn't really a good grip, right? This is from the side. I can't tighten it too much because it would distort it. This needs to be done on a lathe, but here we're improvising. Oh, you want your mic? Yeah. It's being... Everything okay? Yeah. Okay. So first plug it in. Hold on.
All the way?
Yeah, all the way.
Okay,
And then like this. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So, you know what a lathe is?
No.
It turns the workpiece, and then you can cut it
Okay.
to make round pieces.
So these were...
No. Okay, so anyway, we don't have a lathe here. I have it at the Brooklyn location, not here. So we need to improvise. So we are enlarging this one drill bit size at a time. So now that's the size, and we want to go all the way up to this size.
Okay.
So here, I am now taking this one out, and I'm going to use the countersink first between the sizes, just to make it more a little bit into a funnel, right? And now we take this drill bit. Okay, tighten. Counterclockwise first, like this. Because we don't have a lathe, we're doing it this way. And now clockwise. Yeah, no mosquito, I saw it.
You mind if I...
Hold on.
Okay.
Like this. And now counterclockwise. Again, because we cannot tighten it too much, because it's going to crush it. So we do this counterclockwise and clockwise trick, just so that we don't put too much pressure on it. So we have the mosquito right here. Hold on, where the camera is. And that's it. You can see it being zapped. Right? Being zapped. Now, there is a long-standing tradition at Guitar Quackery. When I zap a mosquito, we use the technology to show it to our viewers. Right there, we need a little bit of light. And zoom in a little bit. And there it is. So, and now we push the button. And we can even, where's my plastic thing? Okay, I'm going to use the metal one. The button is off now. So we want to suspend the mosquito between the two. Sometimes they explode.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to help her. You know it's a she, right?
Yeah, because they have the bites, right?
Yeah, the males are nice. Like with humans, you know, the males are nice and the females are... Okay, like that. Okay. I think it's dead. But just to be sure,
Have to be extra certain.
okay. Now it's dead.
No one is that person.
All right. So, back to business. So this one, we're done with this size. Number 6. And I don't need to do the countersink between all of them. Okay. Now, if we had a lathe, which, like I said, I have it in Brooklyn, not here, we would be able to do this properly, but we just got to get this done tonight, doctor. Mm-hmm. 4 more sizes to go. Okay. 3 more, right? Mm-hmm. We could stop at like 2 more, but I just want to be sure that we are enlarging it enough so it doesn't get stuck inside where the truss rod is. This might already be enough. And we have one last. It's probably already enough, but just to be sure. See, I can't squeeze it too hard for obvious reasons. It's going to distort the whole thing. Oh. So the side walls are very thin now because we've enlarged the inside hole. All right. So this isn't amateur work. We're just improvising with the tools that we've got on hand. Because otherwise, we would have to postpone this part of the project until next week. And I think we need to countersink it a little bit. Okay, this last bit size is challenging. So, because I can't crush it, right? I shouldn't crush it in the vise. So now I'm just using this round file just to enlarge it a little bit more. And you know what? I think we're good, all right? And now with the countersink by hand, just make sure it doesn't have these sharp edges. Okay, fine. Now, let's put these away. So it's always more work than you think, but we did spend some time with the software, right? So careful, careful the camera.
Gotcha.
All right, and where is it? Where's the piece?
Right.
Oh, here it is. Okay. We have this. Let's measure it. So this should be more than 5 millimeters. .81. Yeah, I think we're good. I hope we are, because it's going to be difficult to pull it out if we're not good. If it's too small. So it's a rectangle. It's like a square hole, actually, where the truss rod is. And I'm gonna try to place it in this way. Can I have the light? Where's the here? So if it's too small, it's not going to fit over Looks like it's a little too small, doctor. Not sure. I was guessing that the inside screw is an M5, 5 mm outside diameter, because we have a 5 mm hex key. But maybe it's an M6. In which case, the hole that we just enlarged is still too small.
So we have to enlarge it more, or just a different one altogether?
Yeah, we won't be able to enlarge it like this here. So, I mean, I am not even sure that we need this spacer. Here it is. It's just that this was feeling a bit tight. Now we've lubricated it. Let's see. Okay, so if we're not going to be able to finish the whole thing anyway. So I'm going to take this with me, and I'm going to enlarge this hole to fit around an M6. How about that? And then next week we can insert it. But right now, let's just see how much we can tighten the truss rod without feeling that we're over tightening it. Okay. Okay, now it started to feel a bit tight. Okay. All right, let's see. Maybe we don't need it. Let's see. Here. Let me check something. We definitely want to tighten it a little bit. And you know what? I do want to look at the scan. Because I don't know if what we're seeing here now is actually a little hump here around the 14th fret, or if this should be straight and then there's just a little fall away. Because we can correct that. Okay, here. Okay, that's as much as I want to tighten it. Okay, so let's reopen FretLab. And we are going to examine it in FretLab. FretLab Pro. Analyzer. Okay, so let's put it here. Okay, so what we have is, we want to look at the fret. Okay, so there is a hump. Okay, now that explains it. Look at that. So what we have here is this hump. So that's what we want to level off, okay? So the relief that we have here, we straighten that, but the straight edge is still showing a gap even after we straighten this because of this hump here. So it's riding over this hump. So that's the 13th, 14th, and 15th fret. Okay, so what we want to do is, yeah. Why don't we, let me have a look here. Isn't this fantastic software?
Yes.
Now we see, you see? Now we see exactly what we have. So this is a hump right here. 13, 14, 15. This is what we want to level down. And we have, so it's mostly, I'm sorry, 13, right? 13, 14, 15, these three. But it's mostly 13 and 14, 15 a little bit. So you see that this is actually riding over. Now, this is a minuscule amount. Remember, what we see here is enlarged in this direction so we can see it, right? But it's a really small amount in reality, right? And you see that I'm able to take off material when I use this part.
Yeah.
So instead of using this part here, like only between two frets, right? One fret between two, I'm going over two frets, these two, between these frets here. I can even do the 15th fret. Just go back and forth a little bit. And you see the material is being removed. You can clearly see that. So, software? I think it already feels better. And now what we can actually do is, so this is the smoother side. We can even hit it like this, but I need to go this way, so you can come on the other side. Like that. So I'm pushing more down here. Now, if we really wanted to, we could scan it again and see how we fixed it. But, yeah, we're not going to do that. You see how much material I removed from the 13th fret? Mm-hmm. And I haven't even touched the 12th fret, and it's riding over this part. And it's even hovering over the 12th fret. So now, let me check this. So I don't think we need the spacer.
Okay.
We just need to fix the fretboard. So you see, I'm not pushing here. Mm-hmm. I'm pushing here. That's where I want to focus my downward force, right? And it's making these frets shinier, right? You see that?
Yeah.
Scratch marks, tool marks. So in a way, we could have done a level crown and polish on the neck jig, but this is also a good learning experience, right? So if you don't have a neck jig, what do? You know, how do you deal with it? So there you have it. So listen, there's still a little gap because it's riding high here, but it's much better. And what I'll do here is now I'm going to focus a little bit on the first fret here because it seems to be maybe a little high. And now the added benefit is that I'm leveling off this entire section. You see that? Yeah. After the 12th fret. So there are some uneven frets here, slightly. So they get leveled off. Much better. Still a little bit. Where's the thing? Feeler gauges.
Didn't you put them in the drawer?
You think so?
Yeah.
You're right. I must be getting old.
Young forever, doctor.
Hump down, big hump. Right? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I am seem to be sanding down so much with the sanding beam is because this is a really fine grit, right? So we're barely removing any material here. Let me see something. Was that another mosquito?
Can't see anymore.
So remember when at first we had like a little rocking when I was pushing it down here?
Mm-hmm.
That's because of that hump that we have here, that we had. Now here we're looking at the board on this thing, but let me just go to this and look at the slice here. Yeah. And then we have string slices. So they all show that little hump there. And and then some uneven frets, 18th fret and 21st, which now obviously we've leveled off, right? And then the 17th fret was low on the treble side. Oh, it's still a little low. You see that? It's still dull. We haven't hit it with the sanding beam. So this means that if you play the 17th fret, the 18th fret is high compared to the 17th fret, which means it might buzz there. So we want to level off this part. And here, just to help us track the 17th fret right there, I'm just going to mark off this part of the 17th fret in red. And let's see. See, it's still red? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, I know we're sacrificing all the other frets around it just to get down to that, but it's either that or we're refretting it. And if you're refretting it, you are not going to get paid for your time when you sell it, right?
Yeah.
So, and some people feel that when you remove material of the frets, that you are actually exposing the softer part of the material. Now, I understand why people say that, because the frets are rolled through a couple of rollers, I guess. So the surface of the metal is different than the metal on the inside. But at the same time, this isn't steel. So I'm not sure by what degree the surface is harder than the inside. I don't know. I mean, I understand why people say that, but I haven't seen any proof of it. And I like to see evidence. And I might make a test and make a video for YouTube.
Yep, cool.
With scientific equipment. Okay. So we'll level off this part. Still a little red here. Let me see what the fret rocker tells us. Almost nothing. And again, because the grit is so fine, we are not actually aggressively leveling those frets. We're not removing much material. Yeah, this is good now here. The 17th fret is good. Mm-hmm. It removed the red. And now I want to check this again. Yeah, that's fine. So now we can just level off like this a little bit, a few at a time, which basically smooths out any imperfections that this couldn't. So, doctor, this is good. All right. So now, realistically, you probably wanted to be home by now, right?
Yeah.
I understand. Okay.
Should I put
So,
this-
huh? So yes. So let's wrap it up. You can continue next week. So we can quit the app. Okay, but here's the good news. All of this is going to be documented, and this is going to be a good process. I didn't end up working on 2 more or 3 more guitars, but you should be able to get good money for it because so much work went into it. If you put $100 more work into it, you should be able to get $100 more. If you put $300 more work, you should be able to get that, right? So then it's going to come down to the your selling skills.
Not too keen on those.
And doctor, I don't like to leave tape on a guitar for too long. You never know if the glue reacts to the finish, although it shouldn't react. I'm not sure if this is nitro. So we're going to remove this tape. It could be nitro. Actually, I think it might be. We can test it, but I don't feel like testing it. The neck isn't, but this might be. I think this is nitro.
What's the difference between nitro and others? Is it like a good? Is it a good finish?
Yeah, I mean, both of them are good, nitro or poly. I mean, poly and nitro are actually. So there's more than one type of poly. There's more than one type of nitro, right? So, but I'm not. Definitely not an expert at finishes. Definitely not an expert. All right. Kids, we're going to wrap it up. So I wanted to tell you more about what's happening in the world of FretLab Pro. So just briefly, I spoke with someone who might join the team, and that's an experienced software engineer. All right, so that's all we have time for. But there's more to the story. Huh?
Were you done with this? Or were you continuing a story about this?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm just talking. Where's the bridge?
I put him in the right here.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Gotcha. Alright. Put it in the bowl.
Yeah, just leave it here. I'll clean it up.
Gotcha.
Okay. We're going to say our goodbyes and good nights. Okay, kids. So, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it for watching.
And good night.